Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Some people do not know when they really have it all. To get paid to do a job that you actually enjoy, have notoriety, recognition, praise, jubilation and fame, and then to throw it away by doing something so reckless. Popular Birmingham rapper Saphan Robinson, commonly known as Safone, has been jailed for brandishing a firearm out of a moving Mercedes at Birmingham Crown Court. For this fundamental F-up, a judge has ordered the rapper to spend more than 3 years in prison. Okay, so, because brandishing a fake weapon was not seen as a reckless or silly mistake, the court was told that the purpose of the action was to incite fear among the Birmingham public and cause maximum distress. For whatever stupid reason, the 30-year-old and his accomplice drove at speeds and at times along the pavement, along Pickering Lane, Bartley Green, before directing and waving the imitation firearm at other passerbyers and other vehicles. This incident took place all the way back in July of 2019, but they've only now got around to seeing the case through with a custodial sentence. As for the imitation firearm, the court was told there was no way to gauge whether the gun had been fired or not, because it had not been recovered, and rapper Safone was not forthcoming with information. Of course, the worst thing you can do is self-incriminate yourself. The rapper initially pleaded not guilty, despite the fact that he was caught on CCTV and there was witness statements. A review of the evidence led him to change his mind, and instead he did admit to possessing an imitation firearm with intent to cause fear and violence ahead of a retrial. Now, everyone makes mistakes, but the length of his prison sentence was in part due to the prejudices of his previous convictions. The court allowed previous convictions to be discussed, and therefore his kind of actions were based on what he had done previously. His charges included a disorder in 2009 and an offence concerning Class A drugs. Now, when you have prior convictions and they align with what the press and the court system deem as correlating factors, as in progressive criminal activities, it plays a part in how you will be treated. The correlation is this: violence or disorder crimes lead to drug offences, which then lead to firearm offences in the court system. It's a progressive criminality, one that is expected. As for Safone's solicitor, he did try to do damage control by assuring the courts the silly act was out of character for the Birmingham rapper, and also stated that brandishing a gun and driving erratic in a white Mercedes that had been driven at speeds and even drove into a garden was regrettable. The solicitor went on to say that Safone is not a man who was a high-risk offender, but it was already too late. Again, when you have prior convictions, the prosecution will use these textbook and preconceived notions to paint you out to be a danger to society. For his crimes, Safone was sentenced to 38 months in prison. The judge also gave him a 5% discount for pleading guilty ahead of his retrial. That's a new one. Safe.